Okay, so in this tutorial, we're going to look at recreating the Fusion 360 logo. I've already downloaded the canvas here, as you can see, so I've expected that you know how to do that and calibrated it as well. It's about 4 inches tall. Doesn't really matter the height, but you may want to just make sure 4 inches is about where it's at. And also make sure you're creating a new component here. And as you can see, I'm going to go ahead and actually, I've already done it once, as you can see there, but I'm just going to create a new component as I do this again here. So now you can see I've got that new component in there. And I guess we'll kind of get started here. So we're going to go ahead and use the Create Form tool. So you click on that. And once we're in the Form tool environment, we're going to use a couple of different tools here. There's the repair bodies there. But we'll mainly use the faces tool. We're also going to assume that this area here that I just kind of went over and over here are raised. And then this area here that's kind of darker moves up to that area. And then this area in between kind of slopes downward and then back up. So we got two raised areas and then two areas that kind of move up and down. Let's grab the face tool. We're going to start with the kind of, we'll select this plane. We're always going to select this plane. And we're just going to start creating some rectangles. Now, it's really important that as you are redoing this, or as you're doing this, recreating the rectangles very similar to the way that I'm doing it. They have to be almost exact for this to work. Now, you'll notice I don't see any lines here, so I'm just going to come down to this menu and change my view settings so I can see the lines. We're going to make a circle here. There's going to be 4 triangles here. Generally, or actually before I do that, I need to create a center line here. So we're going to go to modify, and we'll insert edge here. Just going to tap on these two. We got a little green edge. You can use that handle to move it a bit if you want to center it more. Doesn't really matter, but we just need another line there to go to. So here we're going to create some triangles using the same face tool. So let's try and recreate these triangles just as I'm doing. They'll kind of be 2 per half of the circle, if that makes sense. There we go. And really be patient as you're doing this and really try and snap to the different corners. Not doing so is going to give you some errors that are hard to recover from. When I click OK, I'm expecting it to turn to kind of smooth, and it really hasn't quite done that. So we're going to go to the repair bodies in utilities here. And I'm just going to click on it. You'll see the little star, and then over here, choose auto repair. And notice how now I've got that smooth curve. That's what we're looking for. You also notice how it doesn't quite follow the form of the shape. We can go ahead and use the move tool, especially coming to these little points, and then just adjusting it as we need to. It doesn't have to be 100% perfect, but you can try and do your best. You can always do this at any point in this video. So I'm just going to adjust here, and I think that looks good for now. We're going to do the other raised part here. And again, it's really important that you create these rectangles as close to as you can to the ones I'm making. I recognize they're not going to be 100% the same, but trying to get within reason of how I'm creating them. So should have about, we're going to get 4 in here as we come to the corner. And I'm going to grab that corner, kind of come down here. That looks good. And so we're just going to keep moving down, trying to create these rectangles. So really trying to avoid triangles as much as possible as we can here. We'll add 1 triangle kind of as we get closer to the bottom, but just slowly moving down as best we can here. And I think we'll get maybe one more rectangle in. And then this last one can be a triangle with a point all the way down here. Let's see, yeah, right here. Zoom in a bit and create a nice triangle there. Perfect. We'll click OK. We should expect it to kind of turn smooth again. And it does. If it doesn't, you can try the repair body, and hopefully that'll take care of it. There's a few little areas that don't quite follow the outlines. You can go ahead and change these if you want to. You don't really need to, but just for the sake of perfection, I guess we can go ahead and do that. Now this part, we're going to start on the left part here. It's important to do this as exactly as we're doing it here in the video. We're going to start with this corner. So we'll choose the face. And just note where I'm going to here. We're going to kind of create a little triangle up in the right corner there. But I want to make sure I've got that rectangle in that far corner. So I've got the triangle that I made, but it's a result of trying to make this rectangle in the corner. Now we can continue and go through and just add rectangles to match. And they should intersect at the lines we did on the previous part. So you'll notice that I'm doing that until we sort of get back to the bottom where we're going to have another scenario where I need to put a rectangle in. It's going to leave us two triangles, and that's okay. So here you'll see with these two areas left, I'm going to come here, down, and back to the corner. And now I've got those two triangles. So try and match that as best you can on your form. And we'll finish this triangle up, just making sure I hit those points. And we'll see if it goes smooth. And it doesn't. So we're going to do repair body on it and auto repair. And there it goes. So it's smoothed out. So I think we're okay here. And now we've got that. We're going to go ahead and crease this line. So you'll see we're going to choose the crease tool and modify. And there we go. Get all those lines. There we go. So now we've got this nice crease, as you can see, along the edge where it would show that it would be moving up. And that's exactly what we're looking for. And we'll be creasing the other kind of line opposite it after we do some work here. I'm going to go ahead and just do a sketch and create a spline now. And this is a bit of a reference line for us. And I just want to kind of follow that kind of gully or depression where it sort of stops moving down and is going to move back up. I'm just going to create a spline there to help as a visual reference. And you can adjust this spline as you want to make it sort of fit nicely in this area here. There's no perfect way to do this. It's kind of up to you. But you can see how I'm trying to follow how that sort of bottom area of that would look or would move through there. I think I'm adjusting it way too much here. It looks pretty good to me. So once you've done that, then you can just finish the sketch. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to start drawing in some more shapes here, some more faces. We're going to start kind of to the right here as they intersect that kind of circular area that we first drew. So I'll click on the plane and I'm going to draw some rectangles that kind of come here and attach to that spline. So I'm just going to do both sides of that circled kind of round edge. There we go. And it's going to get a little tricky in here. So we got to be kind of smart about it because we still want to have as many rectangles as possible. So keeping that one. This one's going to be a little awkward, but again, we do want to make sure we're always attaching to corners, not to like the middle of a line. I didn't like that actually, so I'm going to, that's fine, delete it, and then we'll start again. So choose faces again, come over to this corner, we come down here, here, there we go. This is a little better, I think. Create now one more box for myself here. And then we'll end up with a triangle at the end of this kind of row here, as you'll see. Yeah, so this will be a triangle. And I think that's going to be fine. I'm not going to do anything in this little edge down here. I think it's going to fix itself. So I'm going to start over here. We'll just start here with the triangle. Kind of easy sometimes to start with the triangle. And now we'll go back to 4-point shapes. Here's a little tricky, but I think we'll just put this, there we go. Still building up 4-point shapes. There we go. Kind of following this line that we drew, the spline. And we'll get maybe 1 or 2 more shapes. So another one here. And if you don't follow the line exactly, it's okay. Maybe I can get 1 more in. And then I'll probably make this one end as a triangle. There we go. Again, try and follow along as best you can. We'll see. So I've ended it, and it's not real curvy, so we're going to probably have to do repair bodies again. I'm going to add one here, maybe. I'm going to move it, yeah. Let's just move this. Just adjusting that, not a big deal. Let's repair body. Oh, perfect. So that's what we're looking for, is that kind of curved, smooth look to this thing. Again, you can adjust some of these lines. Just be careful as you're adjusting them. They don't sort of overlap each other. We don't want that. It'll cause the form to not work. So just be careful as you are doing this. But I'm just going to pull these in just a little bit. Yeah, that looks good. And that's it. So now we just got this one other bit to do. So we're going to kind of go ahead. Oh, actually, sorry. Let's crease this area here. So we're going to crease this other raised area. Perfect. So now we've got that creased. Now we can go ahead and use the face tool. We're going to finish up what's sort of still open here. Again, we're going to try and make as many boxes as possible, but we're going to run into some areas that are going to make that a little difficult. But as best we can, we'd like to make these nice and even boxes. So here I'm going. Yeah, this will work. And I think this is another one that's going to work. So far, so good. No triangles. Here might be a little awkward. Yeah, so I'll make that a box. So that does leave a triangle. We'll go ahead and put that in there. And I might need another triangle here. Yeah. Oh, 2 triangles, I guess. Yeah, this one's a little awkward. Could have maybe got that in one, but I didn't. So, but I think we're okay. And we'll get 1. I think I can do this in 1 more. Whoops. I ended that accidentally. It's okay. I'm just going to come in here, redo it. How do I want to do this one? Yeah. Okay, so I'll click here, and then I'll end this little weird point. That does leave me 1 little triangle here. That should be okay. Perfect. All right, so now we'll end this. See if it turns. And it actually is fine. There's a little issue right here, but I think we can do a repair body and fix that. So let's go ahead and do that now. Just click on it. Repair body. Perfect. Looks like it's fixed. We're going to crease that line now. So we'll go to crease. And I'm just going to select all of these. Oops, missed that one. There's to a nice point there. That's perfect. So now I've got those 2 areas that are going to be raised, creased nicely, so that we can now basically use the move tool. I'm just turning that sketch off. Oops, there we go. And it'll raise those areas upward. So, yeah, let's go ahead. I'm going to try and select. If you select and then double click and select that, selects that whole row. Now I'm just selecting all of these, just holding down Shift and selecting. And we'll go to Modify, Edit Form. And now I can use the arrow and just pull it up. like so, just slightly. So you get a little change in elevation. You can see how it's moving down into the gully there and moving up from the left side of the shape. That's what we're looking for. If there's any errors at this point, we could go back and edit body, but this looks pretty good to me. So I've finished the form. We're going to the surface tools now. And what I'm going to do is create a sketch on the back plane. So the plane we've been choosing the whole time, I'm creating a sketch on that. And then I'm going to use the project tool. Just make sure you choose bodies here. That's selected. We'll select the whole thing and click OK. That's going to just give us an outline of the entire form on that sketch plane, which we are then going to extrude. Again, we'll be extruding using the surface tools. So if I grab that line, it moves outward. And I recommend doing this so it goes in two directions. So it's symmetric, but it may work for you if not. And then the last thing we need to do, you can see I've got two bodies now, or two surface bodies. I'm just showing you that, is do a boundary fill. So for the boundary fill, we'll choose both surface bodies. And then we're going to choose the back plane. So 3 items chosen. And we're getting an error here. You can see. So actually, let's go back and let's just update that extrude. And let's make that symmetric so it goes both ways. There may be something it's not picking up in the one direction extrude. And now we'll do the same thing. We're going to choose the 2 surface bodies and the back plane. And now it should turn green. So that's what we're looking for. And now we can choose the select cell. It's just kind of weird to choose the green body and hit OK. And if we get rid of the surface bodies, we should be left with 1 solid body. So there should be those 3 bodies in the browser menu there, the 2 surface and the 1 solid. And here you can see we've got a solid model now. If we check the section analysis of it, I'll turn it around here. There you go. You can see it is a solid model. Hopefully, that worked out for you. You can kind of play with the visual settings of this. You could give it an appearance, change the color to like a orange or yellow. Go ahead and just choose some plastic here and give it like a yellow color. Kind of close. You could be more specific or do faces. Oh, actually, yeah, it's going to want faces. I think if you just choose the whole body, but go ahead and save it. And hopefully you enjoyed doing this lesson and it worked out for you. And you can go ahead and do your own letter.